Can you see me if I'm down here? Is this good for everyone? All right, great. I did go over this with an elder, a preacher, and a deacon beforehand, so hopefully we got all the blasphemy out. Demons out. All right, so today we're going to be talking about prayer. It's a difficult topic. Prayer, obviously, is very important in our spiritual journey, and it's very important in our personal walks with God. But there are other uses to prayer, uses you may not have previously known about. Due to this, there are many versions of prayer, and my favorite is the announcement prayer. Now, I don't know if any of you know that you've sat through an announcement prayer before, but I guarantee that all of you have. The main purpose that an announcement prayer serves is it not only communicates with God, it also communicates and almost exclusively communicates with the other people in the room who are listening to the prayer. Here's an example. An elder gets up at the end of service, starts to say a prayer. It all starts off normally, everything is going the way it always goes. And then you hear, "And Lord, please be with our congregation. Help them to remember that next week, immediately after service, we have a potluck. And help them to know in their hearts that while bringing food is not required, it is strongly encouraged. Help them to remember that our brother Alec loves mac and cheese, and help to guide, and direct them as they go through the grocery store this week to the aisle to get mac and cheese. And Lord, please be with our youth group next week on their trip to Six Flags on Saturday. They need to be at church at 6 a.m. Please help them all to remember to bring a sack lunch, but that we will be covering dinner. And please be with our sister Ethel, who's currently in a nursing home. And please help the congregation just to be able to love and support her and show up for her in room 301 at the Windy Hill Care Facility, visiting hours 4 through 6. Another big thing about the announcement prayer is that no one can stop you, because no one wants to sit through announcements. But if you put it in a prayer, what are they going to do? Everyone's eyes are closed. My mother's church in Estill Springs, there was a guy, Willie Womack, who would stand at the back of the church, and once the preacher was starting to get a little bit long-winded, he would point up at the clock and give a knowing look. You can't do that during a prayer. One time, I was sitting through one of these long announcement prayers, and I heard someone's phone alarm go off, which frequently happens during service. But this time, it was during an announcement prayer, and I thought, yeah, that's for you, buddy. That was you. Another good one is the passive-aggressive prayer. This one isn't quite as common, but sometimes maybe in a smaller congregation you'll get, "And Lord, please be with all the people who are not able to join us for service today. We know that they had good reasons, and we know you know their hearts. But please, just whatever it was that kept them from worshiping you today, help mend that." Some people I know have gotten so good at this passive-aggressive prayer that they can implement it even when they're not the one praying. One time I was standing next to my mother as my family was praying before we left after a visit. And we were all holding hands, and my grandfather was praying. And he was praying that all of us on our trips home would have common sense, and she squeezed my hand when he said that. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. I think it's only right that we close this out with a closing prayer. I thought it may be a little bit sacrilegious for me to use a prayer just for the sake of comedy. So hypothetically, if I were to end this with a closing prayer, I might say, "Lord, please help me to find a way to implement this year's theme of sanctuary from the book of Exodus into my comedy routine. And help the judges to be understanding of my situation here. Amen."